All right, good morning. Go ahead. Appreciate you all coming this morning. We officially started the negotiations with AFSCME 121. I guess the easiest way to go around, so we have a lot of people in the room, so everyone knows who's who. I'll start off. I'm Tyrone Williams. I am the division director for labor.
Karen Toledo, Labor Relations, Human Resources.
Yeah, I think it's the second sheet.
Shamar Brown, Human Resources, Labor Relations.
Angel Gonzalez, 121, Executive Board.
Manny Otero, 121, Vice President.
Emilio Azori, President and Chief Negotiator.
Bruce Neff, 121, Executive Board.
Terry Sands, 121, Recording Secretary.
Cecilia Brewer McDuffie, Chief of Human Resources, Water and Sewer Department. Tony Thomas Stacy, Water and Sewer Department, Human Resources Manager.
Doug Yoder, Water and Sewer.
Guests in the back?
Okay.
Ramona White, Human Resources.
Raymond Montano, AFSCME Local 1542.
Joel Hernandez, President, AFSCME Local 3292.
Marcelo Stringer, 3292.
Otto Castillo, Local 100.
Jamie Thomas, 3290.
Okay, good morning. Again, so I guess we'll get started. I can probably say I never represent anyone from 121, so we can go ahead and get started on negotiations. At this time, Miami-Dade County is entering into negotiations for a successor agreement with AFSCME 121. Are there any proposals from 121 that you'd like to present to the county at this time?
Not at this time.
Not at this time? Okay. Miami-Dade County does have a few proposals for AFSCME 121. What Miami-Dade County has done is Miami-Dade County is going to provide you with a full contract with strike-throughs under all those things, or the proposals that we have for you. So you have an understanding, the proposals that we're going to present to you encompass several things. One of the things that is encompassing is to deal with right now, which is a $208 million gap in the overall budgetary fund, the general fund for Miami-Dade County. Miami-Dade County is taking a position that the gap is an overall county problem and not just located to any one department, since we are one entity. Now that's one thing. That projection originally was $208 million. Understanding is through some efficiencies and other measures that number has been reduced. I don't know the exact number because it's going to be constantly sliding until they get ready to do the budgetary message, as you're all aware, which will be coming soon. The other thing is there are certain things that were directed by the Board of County Commissioners. One of those things was to look at the overall, they had a compensation committee which came forward to look at the overall compensation plan, to look at merits, COLAs, to look at pay plans, to look at new hiring rates, cash, the leave payouts, executive benefits, etc. So Miami-Dade County is doing that. There was also another committee, ad hoc committee, that was formulated, which also from the county commissioners asked the county to look at full-time releases, the number of full-time releases for the union employees. So that is another matter that it's going to be presented to you. Also, we're going to look at certain things that are structurally sound, such as changing of the new hire rates that also came from the Board of County Commissioners. So, and the mitigation or the lowering of the cash payout for new employees who are hired after a certain date. Those are some issues that were brought up by those committees to deal with future sustainability. One of the keys for this upcoming negotiation sessions with you is that the county is looking to have a balanced budget and sustainable budget October 1, 2014. The mayor is going to present a budget that will be balanced on October 1, 2014, balanced and sustainable for future, and that he has also stated that he will not raise the millage rate for the upcoming fiscal. He would not recommend a raising of the millage rate for the upcoming fiscal year. Part of the proposals that were presented to you is assuming that the balanced budget will be assuming that there are no concessions on the snapbacks, which are scheduled to appear for a lot of the unions on October 1st, 2014. So the assumption is in the budget that he is presenting that there are going to be no snapbacks, and that there will be no concessions on the snapbacks, and that on October 1, his budget will take all of those into account, right? So those are some of the preliminary scenarios that I wanted to bring out to you. Also, did you get a copy, or did you see the June 20th memorandum from the mayor to the Board of County Commissioners? You did see that, okay. And that, we're also providing you in that package, because that spells out a lot of the measures that we'll be discussing today. So are there any questions
Sure.
from you at this time? Go ahead.
Yeah. I'd like to ask you, article per article, what will be the cost analysis?
Okay, I will say this
To
to
the
you.
county.
Okay, I will say this, on that, as far as the cost analysis for each article, I cannot at this time give it to you. A lot of those articles that will be proposed to you will be efficiencies, on that necessarily will not, and future sustainability. However, I can give you those numbers on those measures that we understand are going to have a significant financial impact going forward, such as those issues those matters that we know are coming. Okay, see what happens when you talk to me? You see?
Go ahead, please.
Okay. Some of the measures that will be being proposed by the county are going to be efficiency measures, which I cannot give you a quantified, amount on. For example, some of the proposals will be talking about eliminating some of the MOUs that are presently out there and folding everything into the actual collective bargaining agreement without everything standing outside. So some of those things are going to just be efficiency. Some of them will deal with transfers and all those ability to move people. Some of those matters, and just by that nature, will not necessarily have a quote-unquote dollar figure. I will tell you that overall, as far as your snapbacks are concerned, it's approximately a $6 million dollar figure associated with that, with that aspect of it, with the majority of it coming with your flex and or your premium pay.
Okay.
Scenario. Now that is part of in the package that we're giving you. It's a part of the memorandum for your group on those areas that was presented to the Board of County Commissioners by the mayor.
Okay.
So that will be spelled out on those aspects.
Okay, but what about both part of cost analysis, related to, associated with the MOUs and
Again,
all the economics that the county, is proposing
to eliminate.
to eliminate?
Again, the reason the county is looking at eliminating those aspects is because those MOUs have not, from the department's perspective, reached out to those scenarios where it's cost effective. And by that reasoning, they are proposing to eliminate those MOUs that have not determined to be efficient. However, there are certain MOUs that the department is willing to keep because it does spell out certain things which they are able to quantify and they believe is actionable and works toward overall efficiency of Miami-Dade County.
Can you spell them out? I mean, can you tell me which one the county?
Certainly I can. I will defer this time to the department to discuss those.
Okay, the MOUs that are proposed to remain, would be the premium pay for hazardous or unusual working conditions, and that would be kept, wherein for specific, hazardous tasks that the employees under their membership perform, they would receive the 2 pay steps with a guarantee of at least 4 hours, okay? With that, and I believe that is the only one we have that is remaining. And also with the modification that was done subsequently from the 2006 and modified in 2011, those modifications would also remain in there. The elimination MOUs would be the confined space underground dry wells for the pump station, the medical surveillance hazardous pay, and the hazardous materials subcommittee would be those MOUs that the department is proposing to eliminate.
As well as the gain sharing MOU.
Yes.
Okay.
So those are the MOUs. Overall, also, the Miami-Dade County is proposing the elimination of premium pay, a 10% reduction in base pay, which for overall for Miami-Dade County is approximately $180 million in savings.
Okay.
Also, elimination of the flex benefits, pay supplements, longevity awards, a recalculation of the overtime compensation from a daily to a weekly calculation, reduction of full-time releases for union employees to 1 person, that being the president. However, providing for 640 cumulative hours per year to be used by the union at its discretion. Also, that there are certain permissive rights that the county is also looking at, the ability to transfer those employees as it deems necessary with proper notification. Additionally, that the elimination of the floating holiday is also a thing. The other thing is that Miami-Dade County is also looking and working with its unions in order to overall assist the county budget is in reduction in healthcare redesign. You all have participated in some of the meetings
Yeah.
that have been going on. We thank you for being a part of that, those discussions. And the county's looking for at least a 20% savings in healthcare redesign. We have no specific, proposals for you on healthcare redesign right now, because again, healthcare committee is still meeting and we're still waiting and trying to develop informally some ideas from that. So those overall are the proposals that we will be presenting to you right now. Excuse me.
Yeah, I have a question.
Certainly.
On the healthcare, can you tell us what is the department contribution per employee towards the health insurance premium?
I do not have that in, as far as the breakdown specifically as to your union, as far as your membership is
Yes,
concerned.
I mean countywide, I mean.
For countywide,
You're lumping
countywide.
everybody together, right? The
Right,
members
here we are.
together.
So specifically, your question is what now? What
You
is
know, on the healthcare,
Okay.
I'm sure that the, you know, and you are
We
aware
have no
that the,
copies. Perfect.
that the, each department made some type of, sort of a contribution towards it. How much is that amount? It used to be like, what, 9,000 something, and then it was increased to what, 11 or something?
Okay, so you won't, yeah. For the department, okay.
Okay. And obviously, of that amount, each department contributes, goes into what? Into the healthcare, health trust fund? I mean, or it goes into the premiums, I mean, or subsidizes some of, yeah, into the insurance fund.
In order to pay for the claims.
Okay.
So you like a copy of that?
Okay, yeah, some of the things I'm gonna be, you know, officially, hoping that you have it ready, but, I'll be officially asking for it. That's okay. The other thing I wanted to ask you is, and this is coming, from the mayor's office, right? Actually, from Mayor Carlos Gimenez, right? This is-
I am negotiating on behalf of Mayor Alvarez, Mayor Gimenez.
Gimenez, okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Not Alvarez.
No,
Well-
not him, definitely not him.
You know, it's kind of shocking that, you know, you hear the, someone that, used to be a commissioner, and used to have a different, perspective, with relation to, you know, guiding principles as it relates to the budget. I mean, I remember back in 2010, he was questioning the, I'm gonna play a little bit of that so you can
Okay.
relate to what I'm talking about.
Sorry, no.
Yeah, hold on.
Manager, if we do not impose any of these recommendations on aviation, will they have the effect of putting the budget out of balance? No. No, we explained that at the beginning of the conversation. No, that's not the issue.
Well, it goes on, and I don't wanna, you know what I'm talking about. That his philosophy was that, the county was doing the wrong thing, and, you know, it's a misconception and a misrepresentation of facts. Of facts when you tell the community that you have a budget hole this big, when in reality you don't have a budget hole this big, you might have a little crack. And, the reason I'm saying this to you, is because, number one, and I want you to answer this question, if you may, how much of the economics, you know, that associated with this unit, that you're asking from this unit, has any impact into the general fund?
Okay, let me, you answered for me? Okay, this is what you're saying?
But wouldn't you agree with me?
I would not necessarily agree with you, because there are certain caveats. First of all, the video that you show of Mayor Gimenez at that time, then Commissioner Gimenez, was a while back when the economic situation in Miami-Dade County was totally different. There is a significant $280 million gap. Each department, even though there is a statement of we are somewhat not on the general fund, it's still dependent overall on Miami-Dade County as a whole. That water and sewer does not act independently of the county. It is a part of the county. So even though there are certain measures you may argue that no, they can't do certain things, it's an overall philosophy from the mayor at this time that is an overall impact to Miami-Dade County, and that Miami-Dade County as a whole needs future sustainability, and sometimes the future sustainability means across the board. And that's from each and every department. I do recall not recently that there was a statement of solidarity and unity from the unions going forth in impact, because the saying was we're all in this together. And that's the county's position, that we are all in this together. This is a Miami-Dade County issue. The mayor is dealing with this as a Miami-Dade County issue, not just looking at it as each department. Or are there different ramifications for each department? Possibly. But the reality is Miami-Dade County needs to function overall. And a part of that is it needs to be sustainable, and that is the mayor's position. And that is what we're proposing to you at this time. An overall county proposals for dealing with overall county sustainability and a balanced budget going forward.
Well, you would agree with me that taking money out of water and sewer to subsidize the general fund would actually be in violation of the some federal consent decree, be in violation of county charter. Those accounts are to be segregated, and I know the county uses a lot of what we call administrative fees, the water and sewer pay the county for, and they keep changing their names. And to take money one way or the other out of water and sewer. But in general, we all know that water and sewer have no impact whatsoever on the general fund. And what the mayor is doing right now, in comparison with his point of view back when he was a commissioner, is disingenuous, is in my view, vindictive. Let me see what else. Punitive. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you one of his emails back when he was a commissioner. I'm gonna read it back to you. My primary guiding principle for this year's budget process is simple. I would not raise the millage rate. That's been consistent. I believe there are ways to lower the millage rate below what the mayor has proposed without going higher than last year's rates. No one knows better than our taxpayer that the economic challenges that we as community are facing. Every day, they make difficult decisions about what to cut out of their ever-shrinking family budget. The only difference between them and us is they sit around the kitchen table while we sit around the dais. I would not ask any of them to pay more. That said, I'm acutely aware of the budgetary challenges that the county is facing as we go through this process. I'm looking to minimize layoff to the greatest extent possible, as this will just add to an exorbitant and already slumping local economy. Among the areas I will scrutinize closely are capital projects, especially those that are not yet underway. There are substantial dollars that can be recaptured and building that can be postponed. Employees take priority over projects. Additionally, and this is what I'm trying to convey to you, I'm looking for ways to restore, at least partially, the pay reduction for lower salary employees, especially those in the proprietary departments. Those reductions would not provide any savings, okay, for the general fund. To lump all employees together for pay reduction is not necessary and punitive to those in the enterprise funds. that was his point of view back when he was a commissioner. He became a mayor, he changed his philosophy. You know, man cottages is tested when you're giving someone like that power. But anyway, this unit has received your proposal, and we will take it to our lawyers and review each article carefully, and we'll come back to you for a county proposal. But this is the way I feel.
Okay, well, let me just clarify a couple of things. Number one, I'm here as lead negotiator for Miami-Dade County. I'm not here to give any legal opinions. However, I will tell you any proposals presented by the county to you are within legal frameworks and are allowable by law. Number two, Miami-Dade County is facing issues and has dealt with economic issues for the citizens of Miami-Dade County as well as impact for the employees of Miami-Dade County. The mayor does have respect for his employees. He also has to keep one message and clear and understanding to the unions. And I'm presenting to you again that October 1, 2014, he is going to have a balanced budget and sustainable budget, and that he will not recommend the raising of a millage rate. So the understanding is that these proposals are given to you as we're given to all unions and as an ability for Miami-Dade County to move forward and to limit service cuts which may occur. Because the reality is that every employee is important to Miami-Dade County, but we also must act and deal within our budget, and that is what we're going to do. It's going to have a balanced, sustainable budget on October 1st, 2014.
I'll repeat, water and sewer had nothing to do with the general fund problems.
Okay. Well, you stated that, and I heard you loud and clear.
I heard you too.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming in. You gentlemen
Be my
ladies
pleasure.
have a great day.
You too.